I got a bit trigger happy with the PayPal account this weekend. I bought a driver, 3-wood, irons, wedges and a putter, all for a beginner golfer. Let's get into it. I don't think I've shown you the new short game area. That's going to be ready in March and that's going to be unbelievable testing. USGA green, few bunkers, it looks pretty good. But more importantly, before I get into a full day of teaching, club fitting, bit of work in the pro shop, I want to talk to you guys about how much money I spent this weekend. £260 to be exact. And what did I spend it on, you might ask? Well, let me show you. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is Bargain Review, where I buy old equipment off eBay and Facebook and basically give it away to one of you guys. In the past, we've had the R9 Super Deep, we've had a Jack Nicklaus wedge, we've had a SLDR hybrid and a beautiful set of MP60s that I haven't yet given away. So if you want to go and comment on that video and get into the draw for that, then please do so. However, all of those clubs are for your more advanced player, your intermediate, your fast swing golfer. Whereas this weekend, I spent £260 on beginner equipment. If you're just starting the game, cutting your teeth, and this is exactly what I thought would be good. So before I quickly get into that, if you wouldn't mind liking and just commenting on what you thought I bought this weekend, kind of helps the views and the ad revenue, so I can claw some of this money back. Right, there's my cheap plug. Let's get into it. So let's start at the top of the bag. The driver, £30. Now you'll see where I put the majority of the money and where I think the most of the money should be put into them. What I don't think you should spend a lot of money on, especially when you start the game, and one of them is a driver. Don't spend a lot of money on a driver when you start the game, because it's a very difficult club to hit. Get used to anything. Ben Ross, great manufacturer, and the fact that their equipment is already reasonable if you got fitted or it's brand new, for example, means that you're going to get a second-hand one even cheaper. And I got this for £30. Even if I pull the shaft's going to be worth £30. 12 degrees, you want loft if you're starting the game. No adjustable weights, we don't want adjustable weights. At the end of the day, the more adjustable weights you have in the head, the lower the CG is in the head, i.e. lower spinning, i.e. harder to hit. The bigger the head, the less weights, the more forgiving, the more likely your bad shots aren't going to be that bad. So let's look through the photos. Grip's not great. Head cover, seen better days, but it's £30. I'm just glad I got a head cover with it. And I think it has a slight sky mark on the top of the driver, more towards the toe end of it. But again, if you're starting the game, you're probably going to be contributing to that. So you're probably going to be adding to the sky marks. Regular flex shafts, 12 degrees. You want the launch, you want the loft. If you buy a driver that's spinning a tiny bit too much when you start the game, that's good. It means that if you hit a slice or you hit a hook, that backspin's going to help succumb some of the dispersion that you have out on the golf course. So let me know down below. Ben Ross, £30 for a driver, hot speed 2. Give me your thoughts. Next up, the 3-wood. This is probably the one I was most pleased with, mainly because £20, like, you can't get really much cheaper than that, and the condition of it's really good. And actually, I remember having this 3-wood when I started the game when I was 18 years of age. This was current, so this is about 10-11 years old now. Tailor-made V-steel for £20. Condition's good. Again, regular flex shaft. Yes, it hasn't got the bells and whistles, and yes, it's not going to be as easy to hit as today's 3-woods. However, 3-woods are notoriously hard to hit, especially off the ground. So you might as well find something harder to use when you start this game and get used to it before you then go and spend £270. A brand new 3-wood these days is basically the same price as what I've bought this whole bag for, and I've got some absolute gems throughout. So tailor-made V-steel 3-wood for £20, you can't go wrong. I can sell this for £20 to someone at the golf club. I'm not going to lose any money. Obviously, I'm giving these all away. But in that scenario, it's a bit of a no-brainer. Leave a comment down below. What do you think of the 3-wood? £20. I can't wait to test this. And what do you want to see this 3-wood tested against? Okay, Simon, you've now spent £50. You've got 210 for the rest of the bag. What did you spend the majority of your money on? I spent it on the clubs that I think are the most important, especially when you start this game. And I didn't even buy these from an independent seller. I actually got these from golf clubs for cash. £99.95. Srixon I 201 irons, I believe. 4 to pitching wedge plus an A wedge, so I've got 8 irons for the price of 100. Now these aren't as good condition as the MP60s. I'm paying full retail at the end of the day for these, but I still think these are great value and they look brilliant. These look like competitive irons, but they're not. They're going to be forgiving, they're going to be chunky, and they're going to basically get the ball launching high, which is great for your beginner golfer. Now I must show you why I fell in love with these irons. The condition of the faces are somewhat okay, but again, if you're starting the game, we don't need maximum spin and you're not going to lose that much from the performance. However, look at the grips. The grips have all got +4 align grips down them, which, if you don't know, they're about £15 a grip if you were to get them put on your golf clubs. I could probably take these grips off the golf clubs and sell them for £80 just stand alone, let alone the shafts and everything else. And the reason I love the align grips is because if you're starting the game, you need to have your hands in a relatively good position. I don't really care about grips that much as a golf coach, but it's better to have a bit of a guide. And the fact these come with pretty much brand new align grips, like this guy must have got them re-gripped and then sold them on. Overall, £99 for 8 irons that look great, forgiving, and have align grips on them, I think is arguably my most expensive but best deal I got throughout this whole weekend. Leave me a comment down below. What do you think of these irons? Would you game them? Would you bag them? And what would you like to see these irons tested again? So we're now getting to the bottom end of the bag, and way back in the day, you used to get a sandwich, you used to get a lob wedge and a gap wedge, all included in your iron set. You didn't have to worry about it. However, nowadays, you have to buy your 52, your 56 and a 60 degree, which is going to cost you about 350 quid for a brand new set of wedges. So I spent £42 and the condition of them isn't great, but stay with me because I want to test these wedges against the brand new wedges that are out today. The Callaway jaws have literally been released. How much spin, and yes, I'm going to lose spin, there's no question. How much spin am I going to lose with this £10 wedge set compared to the brand new £130 wedges that are out there today? I know that from 10 years ago when I had the brand new wedges, because obviously I was addicted and I loved the game and I didn't care about the money I spent on it, all my wedges went the same distance, whether it was a 52, a 56, a 60, because they're notoriously hard to hit. You've got cavity backs in your irons. All of a sudden, you've now got blades basically in the low end of the bag. They went high to the right and basically nowhere, especially into wind, nightmare. I know 10 years down the line, with experience now, I can hit any wedge better than 18-year-old Simon because I've got that touch and that feel. So, why I would recommend these wedges to a beginner is because if you can learn, cut your teeth on these wedges, basically get good at short game with these, when you finally get a wedge that is fitted for you. And I'd rather you spend money on wedges rather than a putter, wedges and a putter rather than your top end of your bag. It means that you're going to see the benefit. I don't think 18-year-old Simon saw the benefit of his Vokeys or his R series wedges, whatever they might have been. So £42, 3 wedges, we're going to test them. Leave me a comment. Do you think I got ripped off, or do you think that's a pretty good steal? Last up, £67 left in the budget. This was the first purchase I bought out of all of them, and I can't stress enough how important the putter is, and getting fitted for a putter is even more overlooked than any other club in the bag. However, there are some bargains to be had, and I'd rather you treasure your putter. I'd rather you take some care with your putter. That's why I wasn't that too afraid to spend basically a third of the budget or a quarter of the budget on a putter. Ping Answer Redwood. This thing is beautifully looking. It's got a new head cover, a new grip, and at the end of the day, you're going to be spending 50% of your game putting. So why should you not spend a good portion of your budget on a putter? This thing is immaculate. It's standard dot, so it's standard lie for a ping putter. Standard normal length, 34 inches. And yes, I probably paid a bit too much money for it. But it's going to be saving me more shots than any other club I've bought throughout the whole bag. So £67 for a nice Ping Answer putter, which when it came out was £200, might I add. What do you think? Leave me a comment down below. What do you want to see this tested at? Do you want to see it out on the golf course? Give me some suggestions. Or do you think I got ripped off £67 for this putter? So guys, there you have it. There is my whole bag that I've bought. They should be arriving from tomorrow, so testing then starts. Videos are going to be coming out. Obviously, if you want to win all of these clubs, I'm going to be giving them away after the reviews. I will then be posting the winner for the MP60s, which I did obviously last week. So if you still want to get into the draw for that, go and comment and like that video. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And leave me some comments down below. Do you think I made some good purchases or not good purchases? Did I waste 260 quid? Or do you think I got some great value for my money? Guys, thank you ever so much for watching. See you later.